So Lil Jon was on. Lil Jon, I'm sorry, I said Lil
Jon.
Little Jon. I don't want to be disrespectful.
They started calling him Little John after he was on the Chappelle show.
Thank you.
Like he was hanging out with
I don't want to disrespect
Robin
this
Hood
grown
and his
man.
merry man. Here comes Lil Jon.
I don't want to disrespect this grown man because he was a part of our, we was outside. But Lil Jon was on the Breakfast Club, and a comment came up about who started Crunk, and I thought he answered it very clearly in terms of paying homage to 3 6 Mafia, because that's pretty much who came up in the conversation in terms of a comparison. But you got, like, we all were outside, and Lil Jon was basically saying Atlanta had this, Memphis usually had what they call buck back then. We know what that is.
Yeah.
But I think they had a civil conversation online as well when they talked about, who started what, and they basically gave each other props. But for the actual conversation, we were outside, so we know when certain things landed, right? And if you want to give, I guess, the crown to somebody, I actually agree with Lil Jon. I think they're two different things.
Lil Jon.
Did I say little again?
You can't help yourself.
I'm sorry, man. Well, it's proper. But and he looked and he got his weight game up now. He's in shape and brother looks good.
Different.
Come on, I'm happy for him too.
Yeah,
he off that crunk juice. He left it alone.
Yeah,
100%. But what do y'all think about the who did what? Because I think they're two separate entities versus the argument about who actually started Crunk. Is that fair to say? Or
I think when I think about Memphis and like 3 6, I always think about somebody getting hurt, like for real, like some for real. Not like we not really in the club to have what we would call a good time. Like somebody gonna get hurt in here tonight.
DJ Paul did say that.
Yeah, like we getting ready to hurt somebody. Atlanta, it felt like there was still an element of like booty shake to a lot of stuff that was going on still, and then it just got more hype.
Yeah,
but like I feel like it was segmented though. But in like Memphis, it just every time I hear 3 6, that early stuff like Mystic Styles and all of that, Gangsta Pat, all that stuff like that. Like, oh yeah, somebody getting hurt.
Yeah, it was pretty much made to rile you up.
Yeah,
I mean,
A-Ball and MJG, like
they
somebody
had
getting hurt.
Talking about who's the crunkest in this motherfucker. Folks on the right.
True.
And a lot on the left. I mean, what are you going to do? What are you going to do being in the club and you claiming these sets and you seeing them over there?
If you think about Andre 3000, what's the bar where he says we grew up on, what do you say? We grew up on booty shake. We didn't know
no better things. Yeah.
So that kind of speaks to, how that sounded back then, but I've always associated Crunk with, Atlanta, 100%.
Well, that's because they pushed it into the mainstream.
The word Crunk versus the music styles.
Yeah.
Because if you think about it, Hypnotized Minds and what Lil Jon, Lil Jon now. Lil Jon were doing.
Little Jonathan.
They were in the cul-de-sac, but they're different. Is that fair to say? Because y'all know that Memphis sound versus when there's Crunk and Lil Jon and all that type of stuff. I think there's a difference there, but I think they handled the conversation well. But we were outside, so we know the difference.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Is it in the energy pretty much?
It's energy, and even Lil Jon also brought up Master P's Bout It.
Yes.
Which was out around the same time. Now, it was just the energy. They didn't call it Crunk, but it was just, you know what I'm saying, that energy of that song made you want to do something.
But I remember the first
and MJG too. I mean, when they came out with, I think they was even on Bad Boy by this time.
Yeah.
Oh, I was going to say back to Coming Out Hard. It was
Coming Out Hard.
Yeah.
But they made specific fight songs on that.
Yeah, he talking about
shit.
that you don't
want drama.
Don't want drama.
And then before that, stop playing games. Yeah. Might get your job, bro. Might get your wig split. Yeah.
But they from Memphis.
Yeah. The other thing about Atlanta too, though, it's got a lot of that Miami bass sound in it anyway. Mm-hmm. So that like changes the overall tone of it.
Yeah.
While we're here though, I just want to say that 3 6 has some of the most ingenious sampling.
Absolutely.
And they don't get enough credit for it.
I'm not going to go down that road because I'll talk about it for like an hour. But
a lot of the stuff that they've done has,
you're right,
it's at one point, this may be 2 or 3 years ago, I was like, there's like 5 songs right now that you can tell there is the lineage of 3 6 Mafia's production.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From, I remember G-Eazy had a record with somebody, and I just remember like, this is nothing but a 3 6 Mafia record.
Yeah.
And I think I think enough so that they got paid from that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
of course, yeah.
That's like when he sued Travis Scott about using what song was it? Tear the Club Up.
He sure did. Yeah,
on
Jay,
Astro World.
Yeah.
Jay, where are you on the Crunk conversation versus,
I can see it because it's a weird crossroads, and I think it was a lot of that here as well. But St. Louis played a lot of those Memphis records.
Oh yeah.
If in mix show, and so it made it to the parties.
Yeah.
So by the time 3-6 really got popping, like even if I didn't know who they were, I knew the sound. Like a lot of mix show records came out of Memphis, more so than Atlanta. I think Crunk, when I think more of the commercial end of it, and that's not me dissing it, but like Lil Jon found a way for that to get into like commercials and actually outside of just mix show. He had that particular sound in heavy rotation. So I think he and a lot of the other producers from Atlanta, but Lil Jon was just, he put out an album called Crunk Juice. He was at the forefront of this
and had a drink.
Yeah.
Exactly, that he clearly does not drink anymore.
Yeah, man.
But I just think a lot of times it's not about who does it first, but who can carry it over the threshold, if you will, and not compromise.
Yeah, I like the fact that it was still unique to those specific areas. Like, you didn't hear a 3-6 Mafia song that sounded like a Lil Jon song, and vice versa. They was true to the
styles,
same energy, and it was still, you know what I'm saying? It was the same genre essentially, but it still was, you know what I'm saying, true to their area where they were from.
I think that's one of the things that's beautiful about it is regional music still existed.
Yeah.
These are two prime examples of regional music.
Yeah.
Now, as we've come up and watched, everything it's a melting pot. Everything's pretty much
because everybody goes to the same producers.
Exactly. Back then there was such thing as a distinct sound.
Yeah.
And I think that's why especially these two movements, you cannot tell the story of hip hop without these two movements.
Right.
I don't care what you
Absolutely
say.
not.
Even if you liked it, if you weren't outside or whatever, these two movements were huge in the story as it relates to the story of hip hop.
I can even go as far as to say that 3-6 Mafia sound is embedded in the culture, like, period. Now, like, and I ain't taking nothing away from Lil Jon and his era, but that was a specific sound that was that. The production from 3-6 Mafia is something that's instilled in the game, and I think will continue to stay in the game forever.
Yeah. That's like when I heard Like That. The first thing I thought of was Who the Crunkest. I mean, it's the same thing.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to the connection of the thread. There are people that you will have to tell them, oh, that's a 3-6 record. They'll be like, who? Like, that's how they've made it. They're far enough in now where you got to reference back to them. I miss kind of regional in the sense that, like, 3-6, they rapped on DJ Paul and Juicy JB. It wasn't even occurring to them. We're not calling nobody else. This is because this is what we want to do. This is how we want it to sound.
It's all
like that.
It's beats by the pound. It's Manny Fresh.
Ooh.
We are all locked in on what we do. And we're just gonna keep coming back to the team because we're unique, and that's gonna help us stand out.
Yep.
And I think that's pretty much all but gone now. Is that fair to say?
Yeah. No, it's fair.
I mean, they sprinkle it around a little bit, but I mean, as a whole, you don't really have whole teams or record labels coming out with this is who we messing with and this is all we riding with. It's more so of an artist finding an artist whose beats or a producer whose beats they can afford, or just so happen to get on with this producer, or then eventually they work with one producer like Nas. Nas pretty much spearheaded the work with a whole bunch of different producers, and then he came out with what he did with what's his name? Hit Boy. And he did 6 albums with him?
5 or 6,
yeah. So I mean,
it almost feels like it's changed from like being producer centric to being more lingo MC specific in a way. Like, because you can still tell MCs that are from particular areas, but the production is just so all over the place to me. Like, I can tell a Bay Area rapper when I listen to one.
No matter the production.
Just because of what they talk about and stuff. Like
the slang will
it's
give
the
it away.
slang and how everything kind of works. Same people from Nap even. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
I feel like it's more so, and it's always been that way. I just feel like the production stuff has just the sounds are just cross.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's all over the place now.
Even with Larry June, like he ventures out a little bit, but he uses Cardo a lot. Which is his sound. Like when you hear that, it's okay, this is Larry June. And a lot of them in that region have that same melodic sound too. So, I mean, I feel like that it's not centric to just one artist. I feel like the producers in that area might produce the same way, and then they pick and choose who they want to work with like that. Because I mean, even him using Alchemist. Alchemist is from the West Coast, so I mean, it kind of fits.
But Alchemist can also sound like he's from.
Yeah,
grew up around the corner from Prodigy and Havoc.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like,
that's true.
So it's, yeah, I feel like it's. I mean, it's always kind of been that way, and I feel as a producer, we've multiple producers here. It's like, I feel like I'm versatile enough. I can go to different places with my sound.
That's true.
You know what I mean? But like, if I'm going to get on the microphone, it's going to be me.
Yeah,
that's a good point.
You know, so.
Well, no, shout out to both movements. I love to see legends have good, wholesome conversations that's not built around foolishness, and they can kind of talk about both eras and just appreciate each other.